We have discussed force. We have discussed force, the definition if you are studying this class. The push and pull of the object. Push or pull of an object is called force. And now we have studied force. It's the cause which creates different effect, like making the body move, stopping the body,
State of
deforming the body. Yes, changing the state of the body or deforming the body. Okay, those all were the effects. And what was the cause? Force was the cause. Okay, one of the effect we have discussed. Which effect?
turning effect of force.
Turning effect of force we have discussed. It is also called as
Moment of force.
moment of force. It is also called as torque. This all we have studied. We have studied one effect of force. We all have studied one effect of force, that is turning effect. Okay, when any object, for example, this is object. If I apply force, it starts to turn, or it is if it is fixed at some, okay, at some point it is fixed. Now this will be the axis of rotation. If I apply force, it starts to turn. This was the turning effect. We have studied force into the perpendicular distance from the pivot to the point where it is force is perpendicular. Perpendicular distance of the force from the pivot. Force into perpendicular distance of the force from the pivot. Okay. This all we have studied. Today we are going to study one more effect. Okay. That is one more effect we are going to study. Which is that? Pressure. We are going to study pressure. Okay. You all have seen the knife. You all have seen the knife. How is it? Okay. Handle of the knife. Something like this. And this is the sharp edge. One edge is sharp, other is blunt. You have seen it? Okay, so which edge do you use to cut the fruit or anything you want to cut?
Sharp edge.
Sharp. Why? Why don't you use the blunt edge?
Because pressure is inversely proportional to surface area.
Okay, so we
So
are going to discuss that.
then
We are going to discuss. Yes.
blunt
Okay.
knife, then it will need less pressure.
Less pressure. We are going to discuss that. Okay. Thank you, Shivangi. Okay. So this is what a knife. It's a knife. Okay. You can see this edge. It's blunt edge. You all can see it's the blunt edge, and whereas this edge very sharp, you can see this edge, it's very sharp edge and it's blunt edge. Okay, so for example, we are having apple, or you can take tomato or potato, anything. Apple we are having. If I am applying force using the blunt edge to cut the fruit, I'll have to apply much force. I have to apply much force to cut the fruit or not. And even the cutting won't be smooth. Yes or no? From the blunt edge, if I apply force, what I'm applying? I'm applying force. What is the effect? The pressure is the effect. And if I try to cut, I'm not able to cut it. Whereas if I use the blunt, sharp edge, if I try to cut, I can easily cut using the sharp edge. Why? What is the reason? See here. What we are applying? Force. Okay. If I'm using the blunt edge, this force is going to be distributed over the area where it is in contact. The area where this knife, this portion is in contact with the fruit. So the force is getting evenly distributed. The force is getting distributed over a large area. Yes or no? When I am using the blunt edge, the force is getting distributed over large area. So per unit area, the effect of the force will be less. Have you understood this one? If I am trying to cut a fruit with the blunt edge of the knife, what I am saying, if I am starting cut, see the surface which are in contact. The surface in contact. If it is blunt, large surface area is in contact with the fruit. Large surface area is in contact with the fruit. It means the force which we are applying, it is getting distributed over large area. It is getting distributed over large area. It means each per unit area, the force applied is less. Yes or no? The force applied is less, it means less effect is there. Understood? Now, if I use the sharp edge, it's sharp edge, so area of contact is very less because only the sharp edge is coming in contact. And this time, the force applied, it gets distributed over small surface area. It gets distributed over small surface area. Therefore, the effect is more. Effect of force per unit area is more. Understood now? So, if the surface area is more, force applied, the force gets distributed over large area. So, effect per unit area will be less. Whereas, if surface area in contact is less, surface area is less, force get distributed over smaller area, and thus we get more force per unit area. That is pressure. Have you understood this one? You all have understood? Okay. So this is what is the effect here? Effect is the force per unit area. Yes or no? Force per unit area. Okay. If we are applying force on a larger area, it gets evenly distributed. So per unit area, force is less. It means pressure is less. Pressure is less. Force per unit area is called as pressure. If it's a small area, force is being applied over a very small area, then it gets distributed more on per unit area. So more force is there per unit area, more pressure is there. Okay. So what is the next effect of force? That is pressure. Force per unit area. Okay. Force applied, it force is applied on the area and get evenly distributed, then the force per unit area, that is force available per unit area or force applied per unit area, is called as pressure. How much force is there on per unit area, that's we call as pressure. It's the other effect. Turning effect we already discussed. Next is the pressure. Okay. Okay. Now tell me. Okay, for example, this is the surface. Okay, this is the surface of the apple. Okay, if I am trying to cut, how the force is being applied? Normal, perpendicular to the surface? Yes or no? It's always perpendicular to the surface. It's always perpendicular to the surface we are applying. So this perpendicular surface, this perpendicular force or this normal force, it is normal to the surface. So this normal force is called as thrust. This normal force is called as thrust. Okay. So normal, we have discussed pressure equal to what?
Surface area.
Force upon surface area, or we simply say area. It is surface area. Okay. Pressure is nothing but force upon surface area. Okay. But what kind of force is there? The force which is acting normal to the surface, perpendicular to the surface. So more precisely, we can say pressure is what? Thrust upon area. Okay. Thrust upon area. Okay. This thrust is nothing but force, and area is what? Area. Area of the surface. This is clear? Thrust.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So mainly thrust, for example, it's the body. The thrust applied by the body will be equal to its weight. Either we are applying the force, or for example, take any body. This duster is applying how much thrust on my palm?
As much weight it has.
It's applying downward direction. You can see this is the surface. This is the surface. How it is applying? Downward, perpendicular to the surface, normal to the surface. So this duster is applying force in downward direction. And that force will be equal to how much? Its weight, mass into acceleration due to gravity, mass into acceleration due to gravity. So mg, that is equal to its weight. Equal to its weight, it is applying the force. So here the thrust is equal to the weight of the body. Okay. This you understood? Okay. Now we are doing one activity, that is activity number 2. What is this activity is for? To show that smaller the area, to show that smaller the area is, for the force applied, the pressure will be more. That is, if smaller the area, for the force applied, the effect of the force will be more. Okay. And which effect? Pressure. So smaller the area over which force is applied, the effect of the force will be more. There will be more effect of the force. Understood this one? So how we are going to do that experiment? So for example, you are having pile of papers, 2 nails you have, and 1 wooden block. Okay. So a pile of paper we have arranged. Okay. These are the pile of papers. Okay. And 2 nails. Here, nail A and B. Okay. So A nail has been placed, both are placed in erect position. Nail A has been placed with sharp edge, sharp pointed edge on the papers, on the pile of papers, whereas the other nail, this is A nail and this is A nail, B nail. A is having pointed edge on the pile of papers, whereas B is having broad edge on the pile of papers, or broad end on the pile of papers. So it's the pointed end, whereas this is B is having the broad end. Okay. Now using a wooden block. Okay. Now using a wooden block, we are applying force. Okay. Using a wooden block, we are applying force on both the nails. So how much force is being applied? Equal force is being applied in both the cases. We are using the wooden block. So force, equal forces. But what you see, A nail, it gets more penetrated into the paper as compared to B. What we see, we took the pile of papers, 2 nails in erect position we have placed, where A nail pointed end on the pile of papers, whereas broad end on the B's broad end on the pile of papers. Now, using a wooden block, we are applying force. As we are applying force, thrust is there, force we are applying, and because of that, what will happen? A nail, it get inserted more into the paper as compared to B. What is the reason? The reason is CS. We applied the same force, but effect of force in the case with the nail A is more as compared to effect on B nail. Yes or no? You all have understood? The effect of force on nail A is more as compared to nail B. The reason is less area in contact, so force, it get concentrated on a the whole force get concentrated on a very small area, so pressure is more, that's why it get more inserted, whereas here the force get evenly distributed, so pressure got distributed over large area, whereas here all the pressure was concentrated over a very small area, pointed end. Therefore, effect of force was more, it got inserted into the pile of papers. Whereas if we see in the case of nail B, the force applied, it get distributed over large area. As it get distributed over large area, what happens? The effect of force per unit area, that is at each spot, the effect of force is less, or we can say the force available at each small point, okay, each point will be less as compared to this, therefore it get very less inserted into the paper, whereas A get more inserted, more effect, because force was concentrated on a very small area, more force was available on a very small area, therefore it get inserted into the pile of papers more. Have you understood? Okay.
Yes,
so
sir.
in conclusion, we can say pressure here was more at tip of the A nail was more as compared to pressure available at the broad end of the nail B. Here the pressure was more at the tip end of the A. Okay. So this you all have understood. Okay. So by this we can conclude 2 things. So till now whatever studied, we can conclude pressure. Pressure depends on what? Thrust upon area. Pressure is what? Pressure depends on force. Pressure depends on area in contact. That is area over which force is applied. Okay. If I increase the force applied, if I increase the thrust applied, what about the pressure? If force is increased, pressure will increase or decrease? Pressure will increase or decrease if the force is increased.
Pressure
What you
will
see? If we increase the force, for example, you are cutting an apple, you have just placed like this. Will it cut the apple? No. Till you don't apply the force, it won't cut. So, is pressure directly proportional to force? Is pressure directly proportional to force or not?
Pressure will increase.
It will increase. So see here, you can also see if force increases, numerator increases. It means pressure increases, value of pressure increases. Pressure is directly proportional to the force applied. You can see, for example, you have to, this is the drawing board, and you have the drawing pins. You just place it near the well. Will it insert in itself? No. Till you don't apply the force, it won't insert. You have to apply the force so that pressure will be there. So pressure is directly proportional to the force applied. More the force applied, more will be the pressure. More the force is applied, more will be the pressure. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So more the force, more the pressure. So pressure is directly proportional to the force applied. If force increases, pressure increases. If force decreases, pressure decreases. Okay. First thing we have concluded. Second, pressure depends on what? Area. How it depends? Pressure is directly or inversely proportional to area.
Inversely proportional.
Inversely proportional to area. So if area increases, pressure will decrease. They are inversely proportional. If area increases, pressure decreases. If area in contact over which the force is applied increases, the pressure decreases. This is clear to all? So as we increase the area, pressure inversely proportional. You can see as well the pressure increases when the area of contact is decreased. When we decrease the area of contact, that is we are decreasing the denominator. It means pressure will increase. If we are decreasing the area in contact, the pressure will decrease. We are decreasing, the pressure will increase. If we are decreasing the area of contact, that is denominator we are decreasing, pressure will increase. Or if we are increasing the area in contact, if we are increasing the area in contact, it means denominator we are increasing, it means pressure is going to decrease. The force is going to distribute equally. Okay.
And it is the vice versa feature.
This is clear to all? Okay.
Yes,
now
sir.
we are going to do one experiment for these two. Okay. Whatever conclusions we made, that is pressure is directly proportional to force. Pressure is inversely proportional to area. We are going to conduct the experiment. Okay. So first, we are going to conduct, that is force is inversely proportional to area. That is, if we increase the area, the pressure will decrease. Okay. So for this, what we did, so first we are doing the experiment, that is pressure is inversely proportional to area. That is, if area increases, pressure decreases. If area increases, pressure decreases, or area decreases, pressure will increase. They are inversely proportional. So what we are going to do, we are going to take one rectangular throw. Okay, one container we have taken, and we have poured loose sand in it. Loose sand, okay. Now we are taking two bricks of the same shape and size and made up of the same material. So they are having the same weight. Weight is equivalent to the thrust here. Weight is same as thrust. So one brick as we place on the sand, loose sand as we place with broader end towards on the sand. What will happen? It will sink. It will sink. Yes or no? Will it sink? Because it's loose. Okay. So after sinking, okay, let me draw again. So this was initially we are placing. Okay. So this is our break. It has sank by some, okay. Let this be D1. This depression caused is D1, okay. So as you place that brick with broad end on the sand, it sinks a little bit, okay. And we have measured that depression, how much depth it has gone. That is D1, okay. Now take the brick, but in vertical position. This time, more surface area in contact or less? Less surface area, same brick we are taking. So force applied is same in both the cases or not? The thrust applied is same because the same brick, therefore force is same. Okay. Now, as we have placed the brick, what will happen? It will sink. It will sink. And this time it has sank D2. So which is having more effect? More effect of force, that is more effect of the weight of the brick. The second one, the second case. In second, when we have placed the brick vertically, okay, it has sank more, that is D2. What you are saying here, D2 is more than D1. Yes or no? D2 is more than D1, or we can say P2 is more than P1. Force applied is same. In the first case, it has sank by just D1 depression, whereas in second case, it has sank by D2 depression, and D2 is more than D1. D2 is greater than D1. It means pressure in the second case is more than pressure P1. Okay. What about the area in contact? A1 is greater than A2, yes or no? And P1 is less than P2. You can see area has increased, area has decreased. There is a decrease in area in contact from A1 to A2, but pressure has increased. Area has decreased, area in contact has decreased, and you have seen more depression, more effect of force, pressure has increased. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So, if what does it show? That if we decrease the area in contact, pressure increases. If we decrease the area in contact, pressure increases. If area is increased, pressure decreases. So accordingly, it will be applied. For different application, will increase the area. For different application, will decrease the area, depending on the application. So that pressure may be more or less depending on the application, what is being required. Okay. So always remember, if we decrease the area in contact, what will happen? Pressure will increase. Okay. If we increase the area in contact, pressure will decrease. This is clear? Okay. So
Yes,
first
sir.
case, force was constant. Same force was applied. Only the area in contact we have changed. Okay. Now in second case, so this was our first case where force applied was constant in both the cases. Okay. In second, area is constant. That is, we are not changing the area. What we are changing? Force applied. So pressure is proportional to force, we have already seen. Okay, it means force increases, pressure increases. Force decreases, pressure decreases. So what we are going to do, again we are taking two bricks of the same shape and size. Okay, we have placed one brick. Okay, what do you say? As we have placed one brick over the loose sand, it sank, and let be the depression be D1. Okay. Now one more brick we have placed. Okay. One more brick, and over it again one more brick. So this time we have doubled the force. We have doubled the force. Yes or no? Now if we see, it has sank by D2, that is more. Effect of force is more, because here area in contact is same in both the cases. First break, single break. In second case, we are having two breaks. Okay, area in contact is same. It's same. What we have increased? The force applied. We are increasing the force, and as we are increasing the force, the brick is sinking more. More it has sank. So more the depression. Okay. So force as we have increased from F2 to F. Okay. Pressure in the first case. Okay. F1 equal to F. F2 equal to, we have doubled the force. So pressure will increase. P2 will be more as P1. Okay. So D2 is greater than D1. It means P2 is greater than P1. Okay. So as we are increasing the force, pressure increases. So in these cases, you can see depression caused by a single brick is less as compared to depression caused by two bricks. So we have taken the area of contact same, but force we have doubled. We have increased the force applied. And as we increase the force applied, pressure increases. Effect of force increases, that is, pressure increases. Okay, this is clear to all. So what we can conclude, if we decrease the surface area, pressure increases. If we increase the surface area, pressure decreases. Okay, if we increase the force applied, pressure increases. This is clear? You all have understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, go through it once. If you have any doubt, ask. Go through it once. Go through it once. From the starting of pressure, go through it once. Any word, anything you want understood? Okay, so open page number 48. So see here what we have discussed. Pressure we are discussing, that is two knives. Initially, what were given? Two knives, blunt and sharp. Okay, sharp knife will apply more, have more fresh pressure because sharp edge, less area in contact, therefore force will be distributed over a small area. Therefore, it can cut the flute easily. Okay. So, second paragraph, we conclude that effect of force on a surface besides its magnitude. Besides the magnitude of the force, what is important? The surface area in contact over which the force is applied. Bigger the area, lesser the effect of force. Okay. Next is the normal force. We have defined normal force. Normal force acting per unit area of the surface is called pressure. This we have discussed. Then pressure and thrust. Pressure we already discussed. What do you mean by thrust? This normal force is only called as thrust. Total normal force exerted by an object on a given surface is equal to its weight. It is known as thrust. So new definition is for pressure equal to thrust upon area. Then we did the activity to smaller the area, greater the effect of the force. Okay. And two conclusions we did. Okay. This is clear to all. Rest we will discuss
Yes,
tomorrow. Okay. I think it's enough. Okay. The rest we will discuss tomorrow. So any doubt you have in the first chapter, anywhere you have doubt, you may ask. Go through it once. Any doubt you have anywhere you can ask. So we'll stop with activity 3. SI unit of pressure we'll discuss tomorrow, and examples of pressure from daily life we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay. And on Saturday we'll start liquid pressure. Okay, we'll go slow. Okay, we'll be very slow now because we have already covered much syllabus. Okay, so any doubt in first chapter? Anywhere, any doubt?
No, sir.
No doubt. Anyone? So what you have to go through the first chapter. If you have any doubt, do ask in class tomorrow. Okay, you have tomorrow, you have Saturday as well. So any doubt, anything you have, do ask. Okay. So pressure will cover only this much. SI unit we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay. So read this one. Read this one once. If you haven't understood any word. All clear? Okay, so we can end the class today. 4 minutes you got extra today. Okay. If you want to ask anything, you may ask. Anyone want to ask anything? Okay, so go through the first chapter. Any doubt you have, you may ask tomorrow. Okay, so for examination, always keep your admission number as well along with you. Okay. So we end the class here. Thank you all. Thank you. So tomorrow what we'll do, we'll revise as well. Okay. I'll cover a little bit portion, then we'll revise first chapter again. Okay. Thank you all.